Okay, welcome to the channel and welcome to Banter in the Box Season 26 Episode 2. And I'm going to try and make this sound fresh because this is actually the second take of this particular video. The first one did not pass the FFFL censor. Luckily I don't do these live anymore. Apparently I was too controversial, so take 2 will hopefully pass the vet. We are going to cover in today's video meet the managers ranked 10th to 18th. Last season we met the 10 lowest ranked managers, the also-rans if you will. The managers we're meeting today have a little bit more form, a little bit more pedigree, probably not going to win the league at the end of the season, but they have it within them to do so. We're going to share the latest manager of the season table. I'm going to reveal the answer to last week's question, and I'm also going to set this week's question to give you the opportunity to win more manager of the season points. Remember, the manager of the season at least wins a free tactical gambit to use next season. That was the prize that last season's manager of the season got. If anyone's forgotten, the current manager of the season is Benny United manager Mark Benwell, who won it last season. Before we go in and meet the managers, just a reminder that you have now less than 10 weeks to submit your teams. The deadline is 9 PM Thursday the 10th of September. When the clock hits 9 PM the gate closes, and anyone who hasn't entered the team by then will have a team allocated for them as per the rules. And if you want your team checked before that deadline, you need to submit it by the 6th of September because FFFL HQ is closed from the 7th to the 11th. And also, this is Saturday morning. Don't know when you're watching it, but Saturday morning is when this is being recorded. So later on today, we will have the first league table of the season, and that is because later on this afternoon, the Community Shield takes place between Liverpool and Arsenal, and as detailed in the rules, the Community Shield counts towards Family Fantasy Football League points. So we will have our first table of the new season. So one of those 7 managers who have submitted their team will be top of that table. So the first manager we're meeting is ranked 18th in the Family Fantasy Football League, and that is the Appleys United, managed by Marie, the Brummy one Appley. Just a reminder that every manager is getting a Jose Mourinho style label inspired by the Creed Bratton Society's Jordan Williams, who always gives himself a label. So this first manager is Marie, the Brummy one Appley. 11 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League, but Marie has never won anything, although she did finish 6th back in 2002. So she does have the ability to have a good season. Marie is the joint record holder for hosting end of season presentation awards. She's hosted 4 end of season presentation awards. And Marie is the Brummy one because despite her very posh accent, Marie is from Birmingham. I know that will be a surprise to some of you. So that's Marie, ranked 17th, Never the Boys, managed by Jack, the procrastinating one, Hawksby. Jack is pictured on the left in case you were wondering. 12 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League. Jack has won no major honours, but he has won a Manager of the Month award. So he has something to show for his 12 seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League. And he did finish heartbreakingly close to prize money back in 2013 when he finished 4th in the table, 4th being the one place nobody wants to finish because you're just outside of those prize money places. And why is Jack the procrastinating one? Well, because he's been working on the Family Fantasy Football League website for 3 years with no end date in sight, despite that IT degree that he got at uni. Who knows if he'll ever finish it. Ranked 16th Lyndon's Lovelies, the FFFL Chancellor, the FFFL Banter in the Box Vetter. Manager Joe, the lucky one, Hawksby, the lucky one, for obvious reasons. Pictured there having a light snack. One of only 5 managers who's competed in every single season of the Family Fantasy Football League, and Joe has won some major honours, but there is a theme which will become apparent. Joe was the FFFL champion in 1999. She was the runner-up in 1997 and 1998. She won the Cup in 1998, so came very close to doing the League and Cup double. And in a secondary honours, well, Joe was the Golden Boot winner in 1999. She got the most weekly wins as recently as 2017. But you can see that something happened to Joe at the millennium, because in the late 90s she was an FFFL giant, and then the wheels kind of come off. And despite all of those honours, you may wonder why Joe is ranked 16th in the table. Well, it's because she's the joint record wooden spoon winner. She's won the wooden spoon on 3 occasions, 03, 05 and 07. And other than those most weekly wins back in 2017, it's been a while since Joe has really done anything in the league, despite being a former FFFL champion. Ranked 15th, the Ostrich Bar Stewards, managed by Steve, the bar owner one, Maloney. Pictured there, looking very pleased with himself. Not sure why, he's only with Diane Joe, but anyway. 4 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League. Steve was the FFFL Cup runner-up back in 2018. And he has had 1 Manager of the Month award. But his best finish was last season, 11th. Steve has never finished inside the top 10. In fairness to Steve, he's also finished nowhere near the relegation zone. He always spends virtually the entire season in mid-table obscurity, and that's what makes him the 15th best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League. And why is Steve the bar owner one? Well, because despite Steve only being in the league for 4 seasons, he has already hosted an end of season presentation awards a couple of years ago, and it was the first time that the presentation awards has featured its own bar, because Steve has built a bar in his back garden, and that is why he is the bar owner one. You did have a different label, by the way, Steve, but it didn't pass the vet. But I'll tell you about it when we're in private. Ranked 14th, I've Got a Life, managed by Mops, the forgetful one, Hawksby. One of 5 managers to compete in every single season of the Family Fantasy Football League, and Mops was a league runner-up in 2008. She's also won the Cup in 2005 and 2015. Mops has had some secondary honours as well. She was last year's Golden Boot winner, 103 goals from Mops's team. She got the most weekly wins in 2010 and 2015. She scored the highest weekly total in 2009, and Mops has won 3 Manager of the Month awards. So not a bad haul of honours to show from 25 years in the Family Fantasy Football League, and that's why Mops is ranked the 14th best manager. Why is Mops the forgetful one? Well, simply because she is extremely forgetful. So much so that she'll probably ring me up later on in the week after watching this video and say, hey, when am I going to appear in Meet the Managers? Ranked 13th, a returning manager, the Big Knobs, managed by Simon, the small-handed one, Hawksby. 18 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League, but then he had a break. He's been away, recharging his batteries, and he's come back refreshed and ready to go again. He was the champion in 2010, and he was also the Golden Boot winner that year. And he got the most weekly wins in 2010. 2010 was definitely Simon's year. He did get the highest weekly total in 2011. And why is he called the small-handed one? Well, check out his very tiny hands next time you see him and you'll understand the team name. That's all I'm saying. Ranked 12th, yours truly, Chairman's Choice. the Cup Specialist one. One of only 5 managers to compete in all 25 previous seasons of the Family Fantasy Football League. I have been a league champion in 2002, 2013 and 2015. I've also been a cup winner in 1999, 2008 and 2016. 6 major trophies. Nobody has ever won that many trophies in FFFL history. And I was also the cup runner-up in 1996, 2002, 2015 and 2020. No one else has appeared in 7 Family Fantasy Football League Cups, and that is why I am the Cup Specialist one. Secondary honours, well, I got the most weekly wins in 1996, 1999 and 2015. I got the highest weekly total for the season in 2000, and I have won a Manager of the Month award. I hear you asking yourselves, why am I ranked as low as 12th with all of those honours? Well, it's because I either win the league or come absolutely nowhere, and that's what drags my league ranking down. Ranked 11, Ted and Sam Juniors, managed by Ian, the one season wonder one, Sands. 8 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League, stretched over the last 20 years. Ian has breaks, comes back, has breaks, comes back. He was the FFFL champion in 2012 and he won the cup that year, so he did the league and cup double. And he has had one Manager of the Month award, but other than that season in 2011-2012 when he done the league and cup double, Ian hasn't done much in any of his other 8 seasons, and that is why he's the one season wonder one. Although he did finish 4th last season, that heartbreaking position that nobody ever wants to finish in. So maybe one season wonder is a bit of an unfair label, but it's the best I could come up with. Ranked 10th, Gobi Desert Canoe Club, managed by Pops, the pervy haircut one, Hoxby. One of 5 managers who have competed in all 25 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League, and Pops did win the league back in 2016. He was runner-up in 2004, 2009 and 2010. He's also won the Cup, a joint record 3 times in 2000, 2002 and 2009. And he's been the Cup runner-up in 2003 and 2010. Some secondary honours for Pops. He was the Golden Boot winner in 1997. He got the most weekly wins in 1997 and 1999. And he scored the highest weekly total in 2003 and 2010. He's also won an impressive 4 Manager of the Month awards, and an unusual record Pops holds as well. In the first 5 seasons of the Family Fantasy Football League, Pops finished 3rd every season. 5 consecutive seasons, Pops finished 3rd. And why is he the pervy haircut one? Well, because like a lot of people who weren't able to get haircuts due to all the hairdressers being closed because of COVID, Pops had no option but to let his hair grow long, and Mops Hoxby labelled him pervy. He looked like a perv with his long hair, so he's the pervy haircut one. Now, last week's who the fuck is that question, that was the picture. It's a picture of a Family Fantasy Football League manager. You just had to tell me who it was. Only 2 managers had a go at this. Neil Hatch, who was hoping to go top of the Family Fantasy Football League Manager of the Season table. He thought that that was a picture of Nicola's and Nelka's manager Nicola Irvin's feet. Unfortunately, Neil, that was a wrong answer. But the correct answer was offered up by Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney, who correctly identified his wife's feet. There's the actual photo there, but it was a picture of No Happy Endings manager Di Maloney. So 1 Manager of the Season point for Steve Maloney, which slots him in joint 7th on the current Manager of the Season table. But the 3 amigos still leading the Manager of the Season table are Hatch United manager Neil Hatch, Lee Poulter, and the current Manager of the Season, hoping to retain his title, Benny United manager Mark Benwell. This week's quiz question: Who the fuck is that? That is a picture of a family fantasy football league manager. You just need to tell me which family fantasy football league manager that is, and you will get yourself one manager of the season point. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next weekend for the third and final part of the Meet the Managers special, where I will be introducing you to the top ranked 9 best ranked managers in the Family Fantasy Football League this season, the title contenders. Tune in next week to see those managers, and until then, take care.